I'm gonna talk about the top 5 keys to put on muscle mass. So what is the most important thing that you need to keep in check so you're gonna put on muscle successfully in the most optimal way possible? So number 1, we're gonna start with the diet first, then we're gonna go into training. So number 1 is gonna be calorie surplus. That's the first tip. You have to be in a calorie surplus, no matter what any fucking guy out there says on YouTube, or you can't fucking put on muscle without being in a calorie surplus. Just like you can't lose weight without being in a calorie deficit. It's all about energy out, energy in. No way around that, that's basically fucking physics, biology. You can't go around that shit, okay? So calorie surplus. That means eating more calories than your body needs, so it has extra energy, and when you're performing your training correctly, it's going to use that energy to repair and regrow muscles bigger. Okay, it's simple. So how many calories? Well, it depends, The best way to do it is to take your body weight in pounds and multiply that by 15. So if you're 200 pounds, that basically comes out to what? 3,000 calories. Start with that. That's gonna usually be your maintenance calories. Doesn't matter, because you shouldn't dirty bulk at all. Dirty bulking, I did videos on that. You're just gonna put on unnecessary amounts of body fat, and you are not gonna put on more muscle mass, in my opinion. So you shouldn't do that shit. Just do a lean bulk. You're gonna stay lean. You're gonna still put on muscle. It's gonna be slower, but it's gonna be a lot better in the long run. So start with those maintenance calories, body weight in pounds multiplied by 15. Start with that, and then stick with that for a few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. Check your progress. If you put on muscle, if your inches are going up when you're tracking your measurements, if your weight is going up, by a small amount, then it's good. Stick with that. If you're not gaining weight, increase the calories by 200 until you start gaining weight. Simple. Number 2, protein. Now, I can't stress this enough. Protein is the building blocks of muscle. Muscles are basically made of protein. So protein is so vitally important. When you're losing fat, it's important to retain muscle, and when you're bulking, it's important because you want to build muscle. Now, how much protein? A lot of debate on it. I'm just gonna say I like to take in 1 gram per pound of body weight. So if you weigh 200 pounds, that's 200 grams of protein, which is not a lot. It might sound a lot, but a protein shake and 2 big meals, and you can easily get like 200 grams of protein. Okay, so it's not that hard, and it's not such a big amount that you can't get it in. Okay, so a lot of protein, 1 gram per pound of body weight. Just take that amount, and rather be safe than sorry. I'd rather take in more protein than not enough. So rather you have a little bit extra than just not enough. So now let's move on to the training. Tip number 3, which is resistance training. So of course, to build muscle, you need to do resistance training, weights in the gym, so you break down the muscle fibers. When you break down the muscle fibers, then you eat a calorie surplus. Then that energy and those proteins get stored in the muscle. They repair, regrow the muscle, and it gets bigger and stronger. Simple. So resistance training, and in resistance training is basically two two phases. So it's frequency and it's volume, and you have to have both in check. So volume is not that hard, you know. It's basically about 20 to 30 sets per exercise per week. You know, that's enough volume. 20 to 30, maybe even 40 sets for each body part every single week. You know, that's the volume. So for example, if you're training 3 times a week and you're doing 2 chest exercises and you're doing 5 sets of each, that's going to be 10 sets, 3 workouts, that's 30 sets. So that's a good amount, that's optimal, so stick with that. So I'm just going to say 20 to 40 sets, you know, stick with that. Then the second part is frequency. So frequency has been proven that it's just as important as volume, because when volume was equated between 2 different groups, the group with the more frequency, more high frequency training, they gained a lot more muscle than just a group who did the same amount of volume but not as much frequency. So frequency means the amount of times you're training every single body part. Okay, so the most optimal frequency is train every single body part 2 to 3 times per week. You know, 2 times is the minimum, 3 times is you don't need more than 3 times. And you know, it's not proven if 3 is better than 2, you know, so just pick what works for you. If you want to pick a split, you know, with training every body part 2 times a week, you can go that route. You know, if you want to do full body training like me, then you're gonna do 3 times a week, because you're training your entire body in one workout, so you're doing 3 workouts a week, you know, so that depends on you. But at least 2 to 3 times per week, every single body part, and like I said, at least 20 to 40 sets per week per body part. That's volume and frequency. Next we got is tip number 4, which is sleep. Now, sleep is so important, you know, because most of your testosterone, most of your growth hormone, and most, you know, of your muscle repairing process is when you fucking sleep. Because you know, there's a lot of those hormones when you sleep. Like I said, testosterone, growth hormone, and you need those hormones to put on muscle. So if you're lacking a lot of sleep, then, you know, you're fucking up your gains in the long run. Now, what can you do about it? I know we all have fucking jobs. It's shitty. You can't get enough sleep like ever, you know. You can never get 9 hours of sleep, which is the most optimal amount. 8 to 9 hours of sleep is the most optimal amount, you know, but you can still get minimum, I would say, get 6 hours. If you get 6 hours, then you can still, you know, be safe. Because even Arnold said, you know, you can still get 6 hours and you'll be good. So get at least 6 hours, guys. If you have to go to sleep earlier, you know, fuck the TV, fuck video games, you know, turn that shit off and just do what you have to do. You know, if you have to go to bed earlier to get more sleep, so you can reap the benefits of the gains, you know, just do that shit. If your goal is important to you, shut the hell up and just do it, okay? So 6 to 9 hours is that amount which you should get. 6 hours minimum, and you don't need more than 9 hours, okay? So next we got tip number 5, which is drink a lot of water. So drink a lot of water. Water is responsible for a lot of, you know, bodily functions, the body is made up 70% of water, so it's a no-brainer that you have to drink a lot of water. Plus, water hydrates your muscles, so you're gonna perform better in the gym. You're gonna have a lot better workouts, which is gonna produce more gains and so on and so forth, you know. So drink a lot of water. That's, you know, the only point I want to make. So how much? Well, me personally, I drink 8 to 9 liters of water every single day. You guys don't need that probably, but if you're active, you're doing a lot of training, you should get at least 5 to 6 liters. You know, you can, I know it's gonna be hard at the start, but you just have to force yourself a little bit, you know. 5 to 6 liters, that's the optimal amount you should get. Okay? So those were the 5 tips, guys. I'm gonna give you a bonus one because I'm a nice guy, you know. So here's a bonus tip. Eat quality foods. Now, I know a lot of you guys, you want to bulk with burgers and pizza and shit like that. But you know, even the guys who were on steroids, even the professional bodybuilders who were on steroids, they still eat clean, healthy foods. Why? Because first, it's not just about muscle, it's about health. You want to be healthy, not just big. The next one is nothing beats quality food in terms of putting on muscle and getting results. So no amount of junk food is going to get you the same results as eating good quality foods. You're going to feel more energetic, you're going to feel better, you're going to be healthier, you're going to put on more muscle, definitely, you're going to put on less fat. You know, just eat good, clean, healthy foods. And you know, if you really want to still eat those foods that you love, have a cheat meal, have a few weekly cheat meals, maybe have one cheat day a week, and that's gonna satisfy you, so you're gonna stick to your diet. Okay? So that was it for this video, guys. Stick to these tips so you can make fucking gains, so you can be big as fuck, and that's it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, leave a comment, and definitely subscribe. Peace out.